Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.
What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan, for the night. Ray Cruz is out on assignment. He's trying to dig up some information that we can use against the Young Bucks to get them out of there. Y'all know I hate the Young Bucks. But anyway, let me go ahead and introduce my crew for the night. First, this man I have known about a decade. Avid wrestling fan. Huge fan of the Midnight Express. Let me bring my brother Big Tone on. Big Tone, what's up, man?
What's good, everybody? I'm back in the fold one more time.
Good to have you. Good to have you, man. Just like old times.
Yes, sir.
Next,
yes, sir.
Let me bring up my brother from another mother. This man is from Pinfall Streams. He'll be back, and as well as myself, very, very soon on Pinfall Streams. Let me bring my man Josh in, or as he likes to be called, Snow Cone.
The cone is covered right now. It's not looking too hot.
How you guys doing tonight?
Outstanding, my brother. How's it going?
Good, man. Good.
Dude, I'm in a state of shock.
Oh yeah.
To be really honest, like I'm in a state of fucking shock.
And for those of you who don't know, we got the lowdown tonight that man right there, Cody Rhodes, as well as his wife Brandy, has left AEW. Now, Josh, you are the biggest AEW fan I know. And then we go to Big Tone. What do you think about that, man?
I guess him and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega got into it. This is my own personal opinion. And he's like, I helped start this. Y'all want to run it fucked up? I have the better mind in this business than you do. I have the pedigree for it. If y'all don't want to do it like that, I'm out.
Right. What do you think, Josh?
I don't know if it's necessarily that kind of ego.
This is Cody we're talking about. Come on.
Facts.
The reason I'm not sure it's there is he was doing a lot on the community side of it. Like, it's not, if you dig more, there wasn't necessarily a rift, as everybody had their own projects they were kind of working on. Like, everybody was kind of in their own places and not necessarily seeing. And you also got to remember, Cody just had a baby. Like, there's a lot of things on his plate. And then he still had goals outside of wrestling. He's always wanted to run for politics. So,
who, Cody?
Yes, he wants to run for public. Yes, he wants to be. He wants
That's
to.
not me too, man.
For
Let me roll over to the comments.
Congressman, I believe, in Atlanta.
He wants to be an Atlanta Congress. Wait. Let me get this straight. He wants to be a congressman in a predominantly black. No. It's not going to happen.
So,
Freddie Henderson, what's up, brother? Good to have you with us, man. I appreciate you being here, bro. But this is crazy because now you have to look at it. Is this real or is this a work?
Oh no.
If Tony Khan is that stupid and let Cody help work him, he's better than his daddy. If he can pull this off, and it's a complete work, and he just goes off and just does a few things and comes back and wins the title like he was supposed to do in the first place, he worked him just like his daddy would do it. That's why I say he's got that pedigree. He's got that mind. He knows how to pull it off.
I can't say that thought hasn't crossed my mind either. I haven't thought of that good of a story with it. And like you said, if Khan and Cody are smart enough to do that, like, that would be pretty fucking smart. And like it may not even be that he's playing him. Like,
right.
I could see that being something, because honestly, I believe, like, people like to shit on Tony Khan, but I believe the man is pretty smart when it comes to the wrestling business.
No. The reason why I say that, because he let it slip out that he admires Corny. And if he did anything like Corny, if he wants to be the top booker and he wants to be the so-called Booker of the Year, he'll listen to Corny, and Corny will tell him, you're being stupid. And lately, when Corny does his commentary on his show, Tony Khan's been listening.
I don't like James Cornette. I can't stand.
You don't like Jim Cornette?
I can't stand Jim Cornette. I think he's a racist, homophobic piece of shit. And
Corny's just corny. That's all it is too.
And also likes to watch men fuck his wife. But
true.
True. But I just believe that it is something that, I mean, Cody said when this storyline started with the whole thing with the title and all of that, like, it wasn't going to go where people think. What would be more than him appearing at WrestleMania under a short-term contract and then re-signing with AEW right after WrestleMania? And then you're right. He could then get technically run for the title.
I can see that happen. That's why I say Dusty he's got Dusty's mind. If Dusty was here, he would pull some shit like that.
That's brilliant. And it would bring so many people in. Like, that would break records for Dynamite. Like, and it would be done in, you wouldn't make it in time for Revolution, but he could be back in time for their
Double
summer.
or Nothing.
Yeah, Double or Nothing. So
yeah, like I said, he's got the mind. That's Dusty's boy. Come on now. He's been in it all his life. Okay, he's got that. He's got the credentials.
It's a little bit different, Josh.
From his father, but he still can tap that. He can still tap other people's minds that's worked with his dad. Dustin, his brother, has got the mind.
Yes.
So if he taps Dustin, if Dustin is in on this whole thing,
and
it is a work, like you said, it'll pull so many people. If he does it, if he goes to Mania, it'll shock the world. If he pops up in Mania, just like you said, just for a short, quick stint, then go back. Everybody's going to be pulled from the E back to AEW, and they should blow it up from there.
Yeah, and I mean, it shows the old school smarts that I believe Tony Khan has. In this is something that hasn't been pulled off since the territory days.
True. And Watch used to do it all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He did.
So you do it now and you pull it off and you do it right. It would be. I always said that the golden age of wrestling is past, and what I mean by that is the 3 million, 4 million views that WCW and WWF were getting together. I don't know if you'll ever see those numbers again in wrestling.
No.
But if this is pulled off right and Cody uses the kind of mainstream success he's had and it gets pushed right,
it could come close.
It could bring in that casual fan. And that's what AEW is missing, is the casual fan. Because it's all about the diehards. And that's why I love it, is because it reminds me of the wrestling I grew up on. I do agree with a lot of people. I wish they would start building some more story. But
Larry Overton in the chat. Thank you for commenting, my friend. Nice try on this, but it's not a work. I would prefer Cody stay away from WWE. He needs to go back and work the indies again, control the schedule and the narrative. That's a good point now.
What indies are out there?
Yeah.
Sinclair's got ROH, and we don't know what they're going to do with ROH. If they're going to bring it back to full start, we don't know that.
They're coming back in April, but yeah we don't know
what kind of ROH is it going to be.
Yeah. MLW, we don't know how they're going to do it. If they've got, we know they've got a TV shot. We know they got a TV spot. Impact, come on now.
I mean, okay, hang on. Impact they're the ones using the forbidden door to the fullest extent. Like, they've literally had someone or have one of their person on every promotion in the last year.
True.
And
I agree.
If you have watched it lately, they are building some good stories. They've got some good key guys. I love Moose with the fucking strap. Like I've been wanting that for so fucking. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
You're good. You're good.
I'm so bad at that.
I
I've been
gotta watch
wanting
our
that
cursing here.
so long. And I think they've got one of the better women's divisions, definitely. I mean, that's not saying much because WWE sucks. AEW's is getting moderately better.
It is.
But Knockouts have been the best women's division for a long time.
Fact.
As far as the big three.
The problem with AEW's women's division, you get Omega out of there and you get somebody that knows what they're doing, it'll be off the hook.
He's been out. He has not been even backstage since he lost the title. He's healing from injury. And that's why I honestly think it's gotten better. Like why they've started building better. Even though I'm not a big Jade Cargill fan, but
me neither. And the thing that makes me upset with Jade, she needs to get better. Let me read this comment real quick. GCW, MLW is still an option, and wouldn't it be fun to see him return to face Nick Aldis and NWA at the Crockett Cup pay-per-view?
I mean,
that would be good.
That
match would be
as
good.
of this weekend.
Whoa. But okay. If he goes back and fights Nick, then what are they going to do about? Is he going to go after Matt Cardona?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that would be a great setup. He goes and faces Nick again, wins the Crockett Cup, sets up to face Cardona in NWA. Holy shit!
Heck yeah, man.
That's because I just saw it. I saw how he beat Trevor. Still fucked up.
It is. I saw that.
That was fucked up.
It was.
But yet and still, he did his thing. He said he was gonna go in there and do it. He did it.
Mm-hmm.
But yet and still, it just didn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
What did he do? I didn't get to see.
You shouldn't lose the match like that.
Nah, the match, you know how he did some old WWE shit.
Mm-hmm. He did.
That's all he did. He did some old WWE shit.
It was a WWE finish. It wasn't an NW. It wasn't an old school NWA. It was a WWE lane finish.
If you go back and look at what he's been running and what has kind of made him like so hated on the indies, the GCW, like that's his thing. I saw a poll today. He's running on his page. He wants
later, Larry.
You should do.
Thank you, brother.
The world's title should it have a spinner or a purple strap? And it's literally it is purposefully to piss off the indie crowds because he's the WWE guy. He's always been that guy. And so now he's playing to that real hard.
And real quick, we brought up Jade for a second. My issue with Jade is she's got to get better, man. She's got to get better. She's got the
way
look.
better.
Don't get me wrong.
She does.
But she's got to get better.
The minus skills I would give a B-.
Yeah.
It's not bad. She annoys me a little bit. I don't like that bitch.
She's so stiff.
I don't like that. And then yes, in the ring, like she would almost be better, I feel like, at UFC or MMA in some way, because she doesn't have that fluidity, especially in women's wrestling.
She doesn't have the finesse.
Plus, another thing that made me upset, you killed Ruby Soho. You killed her in that match. She's supposed to come back and redeem herself and restart her career in AEW. And by having her lose that match, you took any chance of validity away from Ruby Soho.
I heard about that is they literally only brought Ruby Soho in to build up Jade and to build up to feud with Britt Baker, and that was all they had planned for, and that's why we haven't seen her.
See, man, that's messed up.
So she gets out of one. She goes from Evil Empire to them. And they do it the exact same way.
Now, and they doing it the same way WWE did her.
The problem that they do have, and like I love all the signings, they're fun. I get it, but like they do have a very bloated roster.
Yep.
For the time, even if you count Dark, Elevation, and then both their TV shows, they're still only putting. Depends. Darker and Elevation can sometimes run from 45 minutes to 2 hours. It depends on how many they put out. But it's not even 10 hours of content a week. And they're trying to put out as much as they can because I hear they want to get to a platform. Like they really want to be on streaming somewhere. But they don't have the money to put out any more content than what they do. And so
you see how Billy's got the NWA though.
Yeah.
They could do it. If they really wanted to, they could take Billy's the blueprint Billy Corgan has done with the NWA and do it that way.
Well,
they could do it. They could pull it off with Tony Khan's money. Come on now, why couldn't he?
Now my only issue with AWA, how you go when these contracts come up? Then you have a decision you got to make because you can't sign everybody back.
Well, from what I heard, a lot of them are going to start falling off come like the end of February.
Really?
And from what I have heard,
from the original crew
like your Joey Janela, his contract is supposedly coming up. I don't see them re-signing him. He hasn't been doing anything. You look at guys like I even think Sonny Kiss, his contract is coming up. Shit, there's a lot of them. Like a lot of those originals that you don't see, Kip Sabian, the ones you're not seeing that were there in the beginning, they're probably not getting re-signed. But Tony said he's not gonna like publicize it. They're just gonna expire.
Just expire, let them roll.
There's nothing saying they're not gonna come back at some point. Like, and that's going back to Cody. Like, I fully believe Cody will retire in AEW. Like, he will be probably the first to retire and make Hall of Fame in AEW. That's probably what.
No, he'll probably be number 3 after Omega and the Bucks.
We'll see. I see it happening sooner than that.
I hate the Young Bucks.
I don't see the Young Bucks or Kenny retiring for 5 to 10 years. I think Cody retires in the next 2.
I don't think so. I think he's still got something to prove in the E. After what they did to his daddy, he's got something to prove.
Run in politics, and like he said, he was done at 40. I think is the number I've heard.
Let me ask you this: if Cody's career ended now, and not saying that Vince would put him in a Hall of Fame, because I don't think that fence is mended. But if he does mend fence with Vince, is he a Hall of Famer?
Not right now. Not just looking at his career. No. Now in AEW, probably because he's the first TNT champ.
He's guaranteed that. AEW, he's guaranteed, no question. He's guaranteed that. The E, unless he kisses Vince, him and Vince sit down and hash things out. Vince, Triple H, because if he goes through Triple H, he's in. If he goes through Vince, it's a problem.
From what I hear,
if Khan gets into it, we don't know.
From what I hear, it's not possible to really go through Triple H anymore. Like people are spinning that it's going to be Brandy and Cody versus H and Stephanie McMahon, and I can say without a doubt, 100, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It has been said with Triple H's heart condition, he cannot get back in the ring. He's done. He's done.
That's true. I forgot about that.
The heart condition surgery he just had, he's done. He will never wrestle again. So, and from what I heard, even the office stuff, he's not doing that. Like, and so I don't see that happening. You'd be more likely to see another Edge in Glamazon.
Him and Beth?
Yeah.
Him and Beth against Cody and Brandy.
Went away.
I wouldn't want to see that. That wouldn't make any sense.
And Brandy can't wrestle.
Exactly. That's why I said I can't see it.
Well, then you do Miz and Maurice.
That might work.
No, that still wouldn't work because Maurice would stretch her.
Yeah,
that's all there is to it. Maurice would stretch her.
I was going to say Maurice
without
is
even
a better
trying
wrestler than Brandy, but
she's better.
But
not by much.
I don't. If the Triple H Stephanie match happens, I would be amazed because I heard he's done. But we'll see. You never know in WWE and in wrestling and like people like Triple H, like you never know.
So with Mickie James doing her thing a couple weeks ago, does this make the forbidden door just pretty much get slammed wide open?
I would a couple of weeks ago I would have told you yes. I say no. Now
No,
though,
it's a one-off. It was a
because
one-off.
it was a one-off, and it had nothing to do with Impact. They wanted Mickey, and that
Yeah.
was, I guarantee you, Mickey's stipulations were they had to do this and this,
Right.
and they
That's
did
the only way she was going to do it.
There was a lot of things she could not do. They did not call her the Knockout Women's Champion. It was Impact.
Yes, they did.
Champion.
They did.
Yes, they
They
did.
did.
Yes,
If
they
you
did.
want, now they did edit it out the clips. I noticed that,
okay.
but during the live event,
The live,
yeah,
they do
yeah.
the live broadcast. Yes, they
Yeah.
did.
I didn't get to
But
watch
the clips,
them
they always edit the clips. They
So-
always edit those daggone clips, man.
So, well, no, I don't think you'll see it really again.
Man, be shame. That would
Now,
be a shame.
check this out. Do you guys think? And I'm waiting for this because if they pull this off, I'll be an AEW fan forever. You think them boys are going to come in there and whip FT and him and them and FTR are going to go at it?
No, I think that's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen.
When?
It needs to start, because to me, it needs to happen at Revolution. Like the match needs to happen at Revolution, which is March 3rd. So
no, they ain't got enough time to build it. Well, they've been building it, yes, but to build it right, to get that big pop that everybody wants, they need to stretch this out just a little bit more.
okay, then maybe they show up.
Now
I
that
agree.
would make sense.
Now,
that would make
yes,
sense. Yeah,
that would make sense.
Yep.
Because what they did at ROH, when the FTR came to ROH and busted their ass and laid them out,
Yep.
now they got to return the favor.
And I think they're
They
going to
return
be
the favor.
They're probably going to be facing. Oh, who is FTR going to be facing at Revolution? Probably someone like Jungle Boy. They're probably due for another tag or shot. They're probably due.
That tag team division is garbage.
It is.
Trash.
I disagree.
It is garbage.
It's straight trash. That's trash.
I disagree. But
The only thing that made me mad about Cody, we didn't see a lot of matches. We didn't see him work Punk. We didn't see him work with Daniel Bryanson
Exactly.
those are
or
what,
Omega.
that's what makes me think like he's not actually like 100%. He'll be back. I feel like if he's staying in wrestling, he'll be back.
Because I think
But
he
the
wants
thing
those
is-
matches.
But didn't he have a match? No, because I'm sitting here thinking he had a match.
He never even got his match with Sting,
Nope.
which is the match he
didn't.
wanted.
That's true. He didn't want that match. Due to his daddy, he wants that match. He did want that match.
Yeah, he wants that match.
He wants that's the one match he does want.
I
just
wouldn't mind
believe
seeing
he'll
that
be
match
back.
either. I wouldn't mind seeing that match.
No,
either.
that was
But
one
the
of the
thing
ones
is-
I wanted to see.
Sting is 60. Come on now. He ain't gonna do that many bumps.
That's
No, did you see the
He's gonna have
match
to be
he
carried.
had a few weeks ago with the Acclaimed? He did most of that match. Darby was out most of the match. And like for a 60-year-old man, he did not he took some bumps and he went.
Some of these older guys can still, some of these, not all, but
Taker
some.
did it.
Yeah.
And they thinking about bringing Taker back at fucking Mania. They're talking about it.
I heard
was
that he
about
was
to-
going to be. I heard that about Rumble too. He's not coming back. He's done.
Speaking of
No,
bringing-
I'm not saying he's gonna wrestle. I'm like he's just gonna make an appearance.
Appearance?
Since it's
No.
gonna be it's supposed to be in Dallas this year again.
Yeah.
He's gonna make an appearance. That don't mean he's gonna wrestle. I doubt that
Right.
very seriously.
Speaking of going over to the E real quick, there's some rumors going around that Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to return to fight Kevin Owens. What y'all think
That
about
would be dumb as hell.
Yeah, I saw that
Stupid.
too.
Kevin Owens?
And I'm just like, why? Like,
Me too. I saw it. Like, why? For what?
like Stone Cold's
what
been
does-
out of wrestling for what? Almost 15 years.
Yeah.
Like,
What does he have to prove? He's done
what-
everything. He's had
I
them all.
realize
What?
people like to make the comparison of Stone Cold and Owens, but like,
For what? Because he's using the stunner?
he's kind of got that gimmick too. Like he's pushed against authority, literally. Like they've used this. Hey, I don't even watch WWE really anymore. I'm just going by what I have seen them building for the last few years around him. They've been trying to give him that Stone Cold vibe.
They want him to be the new Stone Cold, but it'll
Yes.
never happen.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So you bring in Stone Cold, he beats Stone Cold, and
And that will they'll make Stone Cold look like shit.
They
Come
don't
back
care
after 15
about
years.
what they make legends look like. WWE don't care about what
They've
they
never
make
really cared about that. Look how
I'm
look how
not,
they
talk,
made.
I'm not talking about the E. I'm talking about everybody else that loves Stone Cold from back in the day. They're
Oh,
gonna make him look like, well, why in the fuck did you do that? That was stupid.
Yeah,
You don't need it.
I would say he needs to tell him fuck off, but that's just me.
If it was me, I'd be like, no.
I just don't see what he gets out of it. Like it would be all E and Owens getting anything out of it. I don't, other than money, which he don't need.
Pretty
right.
much.
He don't need
Yeah,
money.
he don't need it. He don't need it. Okay, I have to ask. Will, you know me. What
Mhm.
about this? What about Gold Bitch?
You
I have to ask.
what you wanted reasons why I don't watch WWE?
You
Oh
were-
yeah.
You
Okay, enough said. Enough said.
we were supposed to get this match 2 years ago. 2 years ago. A lot has changed in 2 years. A lot has
Yeah.
changed in 2 years. And I just think it's why? It's like you're taking an opportunity away from someone who could really be pushed for Goldberg. Why? He's not gonna
Who?
win.
No, we know that. But who would they put up against Roman right
Tony
now?
brings up a great point because have you seen the Backlash poster?
Yeah.
There are
Mm.
4 women and 2 men on that entire poster.
And the whole poster.
And that's basically all of WWE right now. That's
That's
all
it.
they're pushing. That's all they're other than a few like Austin Theory mid-card type people, there's no one that's really getting a heavy push. And guys, you got to remember in the last 2 years, over 200 people have been let go from WWE.
Yep.
People wonder why they made so many profits this last 2 years. It is
You have to
because
pay nobody.
they have literally made huge deals. The starting with the Fox USA deal, then you had the Peacock deal. Oh, and I forgot the Saudi oil blood money.
Don't forget that.
Yep, you can't forget that.
And so all of that. But if you go and look at their TV and their ad revenue and their merchandise over the last few years.
Vince is selling the company.
Oh, dude, I've been saying
Josh has been saying that since last year.
I've been saying it for probably 6 months, maybe longer. That there's no every sign points to he is selling that motherfucking company.
It's done.
And I even heard an article just recently that Nick Khan has kind of taken over a lot of.
That's the thing. After Triple H had his heart attack, you notice Nick Khan just slides right in, destroys Triple H's NXT, completely guts it, which was stupid.
Yep.
Completely guts it. Redoes it to the way it is trash now. To redo it the way he wants it, and
with
like
Bruce
you said,
Pritchard and
I hate
supposedly
Bruce
it's
Pritchard.
Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon running it, but I don't
There's
believe
two There's 2 people in wrestling I can't stand.
Johnny Ace and the Artful Dodger.
Bruce Pritchard, I can't stand him. I ain't never liked Bruce, never ever. And Dave Meltzer, those 2 people, I can't stand. I can't.
Uncle Drunk.
Yeah, I don't like him because all his writing is biased.
To who?
Is to him.
I know you know what I'm saying. He's in love with Kenny. He loves Kenny Omega. He loves the Bucks. Why, I have no idea.
I don't understand that either.
And he loved it. Well, the Japanese wrestling back in the day, I can understand it. Now it's garbage.
Yeah.
It's garbage now.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
I don't understand what they're doing, man.
It makes no sense.
I really don't. And then you bring back Ronda Rousey.
Why?
I don't. Bayley's still out. Bayley's still out hurt. Then you got the stuff with Becky going on with Rick over the use of the man, which is completely stupid.
That's just Rick trying to get more money for another divorce.
But the thing is, Rick was, from what I understand, him and Wendy never got married.
Oh wow, really? Wow.
It was just a ceremony. No paperwork
Mm.
was ever done.
Wow.
Well, that was a smart, finally.
That was
on
a
his
smart
part.
man right there.
Exactly.
We're gonna get married. Wait, it's all a sham. Okay.
Yeah, we ain't gotta do that. We just do the ceremony. We ain't gotta do the paperwork.
I
So
wish
if
I would have
you
thought
get
of
pissed
that.
off, you can go.
I wish I would have thought of that.
Yeah, don't feel bad. Me too, bro.
Me too.
Me too.
But I just don't understand. You bring Ronda back, and here's the thing that pisses me off about WWE. You bring all these old school, but not calling her a veteran per se, but you bring back someone who's already, you know what they're about, you know what's going on. What gonna go against Charlotte
And get her head kicked in because
get her
Charlotte's gonna beat
head
her
kicked
ass.
in, and then go over to Raw and face Becky? Probably
You don't think Lita wins
lose
that
to
match?
Becky, huh?
You don't think Lita beats Charlotte?
No,
Nah,
no,
nah,
no.
nah.
Now, if they want to put somebody against Ronda, have her and Shayna Baszler go at it.
Facts.
I would love to see that.
I love to see that.
That's when I'm dying to see that.
I would go back and watch WWE if they would give me right now, because you're about to lose where it's gonna. Well, you can't now because they've let go some of them. We'll
Right.
never see the 4 horsewomen of wrestling versus the 4 horsewomen of NWA. You'll never get
That
to
would
see
be
it.
lovely.
But just
That would have been lovely.
Since you can't give me that, give me the top 2 versus the top 2. You can give me Baszler and Rousey versus Charlotte and Becky.
Yep.
I'll take it.
Yep.
I would take
Charlotte in any one of those configurations. I don't care. And that's not me boasted up Charlotte. But if you look at the 4 girls, Charlotte is the best wrestler of those 4.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
No
And
question.
there's no arguing that.
Yeah.
Like, you can say that she was pushed to the moon and she's the new Roman Reigns and all that. And I don't necessarily disagree, but she is that damn good.
Yeah, she is the best wrestler on the roster. You got to give her. I don't like her, but she is the best wrestler on the roster. You got to give her that.
There's no question about that. No,
you got to give her that.
Give me her in any configuration versus Rousey and Baszler. I will watch the shit out of that, because honestly, I would love to see Baszler leave. Baszler would be great in AEW's women division.
Oh, she'd destroy everybody on that damn
That's the point.
Heck
That's
yeah.
the point, dude. That's what I love about Baszler. The NXT Baszler was amazing. Like,
she was a beast.
Yeah.
She scared the fuck out of me. She did everything a heel is supposed to do. I want, and she wasn't as good as she is now. She's better on the mic. She's better in the ring than she was then. So I would love to see her go to AEW and do a Cargill, what she's doing. Just run through folks. Everybody.
And she'll do it better than Jade too.
Yes.
Yeah. She would do it a hellified better.
Oh yeah. You guys think Britt Baker holds on to that title much longer?
No.
I think no, because I feel like the reign is starting to get dull. She's kind of faced everybody. Like,
but who would they put it on if they take it off? Britt.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, they don't really have anybody. Like,
Serena.
They better not put it back on Rio. That's not a bad idea.
Serena Deeb.
Thunder Rosa.
I
mean, I agree with the Thunder Rosa. I think yes on that. But the problem, this is one of the things I fortunately kind of agree with Vince on, is the language barrier does get in the way when it comes to Japanese and Spanish. Like, it's just, there's some that just have the hard dialect and it's just hard to understand. Right. And I've met Thunder Rosa. She has a thick accent. Sweet human being. Pretty easy to understand in person. That doesn't necessarily contribute through TV. And it is hard to understand her sometimes.
She fought my boy Athena this weekend, and some dude was doing some racist stuff.
Oh, I know. I saw it.
And Thunder Rosa got on everybody's butt after the match. And I thought that was so stand up of her.
Yes.
That's leadership.
You know she was. Yeah.
That's leadership.
That's very much leadership right there.
Leadership right there.
Her company is killing it right now. Like, Mission Pro Wrestling is freaking doing its dang thing. And so I love Thunder. I would love to see them put the title on her. I hope that's the case. Please let that happen.
As long as they don't give it to Santana Garrett's dumbass, we all good.
We good.
Santana Garrett
We
isn't
good.
even making TV yet. I'd worry more about him putting it on Mercedes Martinez.
I
doubt
hate
it.
that too. I hate that. I don't like. I don't like. You know what? People always ask me why I say I hate Mercedes Martinez. I've hated her since back in the days of the Indies when she was on AWSU, because everywhere she's been as a champion, she's been very heavily protected for some stupid reason.
I agree.
And I hate that, man. You fight who you fight. You don't.
She's
duck,
not getting
dodge, man.
She's not getting that same protection in AW. I will say that. Like she's already
No,
taken the loss.
They're gonna make her do it. They're gonna make her do it the right way.
Make her work. Make her
That's
work.
I have to give Tony Khan credit. He's not gonna protect nobody. You're gonna get in there. You're gonna bust your ass.
You gotta be a
show what you got.
name. You gotta be a name for him to come in and protect you, like Punk, Bryan, Cole, the ones that are running streaks right now.
Speaking of those three, I have a feeling we're going to see one of those three with that belt very soon.
I'm not going to fight you there because I think you're right. What makes me upset about that is I hate Hangman's reign. Like, it's been so bad. Like
garbage.
The best you part, can hear crickets drop, man.
The best thing of that whole entire reign was his 60-minute match with Bryan.
Bryan.
That was the best part of the entire reign. And don't get me wrong, that's a record. God damn it, record that will go down in history.
That was a good match.
It was a great match.
Very great match. Me and Josh watched that. Me and Josh watched that together. Watched that together.
It was a great way to start off the Hangman reign, but they didn't continue it. Like he has barely been on TV while he's had the belt. He's only had 4 matches. My hope is they kind of built this one lackluster so he can build his way back. Like, I just don't know what's going on there. Maybe he's one of the ones leaving. His contract would be coming up too. So
it's like when he got the belt, I sort of kind of thought placeholder, but I was hoping for something better.
But he's had it for too long to be considered a
placeholder. Yeah. Yeah.
So when is okay? Now we get the belt off of Paige. Do we put it on MJF now, or we wait?
No.
I think it's too soon for MJF.
I think it's too soon for MJF still. I think you need to have him do this with Wardlow before he's running that title. And that Wardlow thing is about to happen, I think, at Revolution. I'm waiting for the Wardlow pop every Dynamite. I'm just like, come on. And he's getting closer every week. So I was hoping the match would be at Revolution, but it looks like it might be. You got to remember, Dynamite or AEW will do big matches on Dynamite. So it might be a week or two after Revolution if he blows up at Revolution.
You notice since MJF and Punk has gone at it, you've seen everything for MJF ramp up. So that means behind the scenes, Punk has took him to the side and said, hey, look, you want to do it right. You want to make it look good. Follow me. Follow my lead. I got you.
You want to make some money?
Well, and I
got you.
In the win of the first match, they did a head talk after Max pinned him for probably 30 seconds. He said something to him. Thank you, whatever. He it's never said, but there are times where there is evidence of MJF actually being a real person, not always being a prick. And at times
he's doing his gimmick up.
Yeah,
he's doing his gimmick.
Don't get me wrong. In a world where kayfabe don't exist anymore, he makes it exist. He lives that gimmick 24/7. But I do like to see the little snippets of him actually being a human being. Just
right. I feel you.
It's like the backwards of what we used to like in the day. It's exactly what we liked in the day. You love to see Undertaker living his gimmick all the time. But when you would get that one picture in the magazine of him sitting backstage just looking like a normal human being.
Yeah, that's a special part.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. Okay, so now what they going to do with Daniel Bryan? That's the question.
He's about to fight Moxley. Like that's gonna happen. They're building that. Like he came out 2 weeks ago and tried to get Moxley to join him and be like a tag team and mentor and like just tear through AEW. But I don't see that happening. Even though Moxley was kind of, I'm feeling, going for a heel turn before he left. But I think his momentum now after rehab is leaning more babyface. So he needs to lean into that. I think trying to push heel now would be counterproductive.
How long do you think it'll be before he's back in the title picture?
I give him double.
I think by the end of the year he's got it again. I'm hoping. Well, maybe not, because like you said, you've got Cole. It looks like is going to be the next competitor. It looks like that's probably going to be Revolution, is Page versus Cole. So if Cole doesn't win that, which he might, because he's so fresh off of WWE, he's not early enough for a lot of people to bitch about it, but he's established enough in AEW now to hold the title with his record and everything.
Right.
And so that might happen. After that, if it's not him, I think it goes to Punk. I
don't think Punk wants it right now anyway. I really don't. I think he's, like he said, he wanted to come back, help these young cats get over. Why would he need it? He really doesn't need it.
That's true.
I
think
Punk
him
is
and
one
Ryan
that really
don't need it.
Exactly. They don't really need it. Now,
So
if they want to blow something up, I mean, like give them the major pop and have everybody come in. Yeah, give them a short run. Have them put over a couple of the young cats that need to be there, and that's it.
Well, you know what would be kind of cool? Give it to Punk, and then let round 3, because Punk's going to win match 2. We all know it.
Yeah,
it's probably going to happen.
I agree.
He's going
he's going to win that. Yeah.
Give me the rubber match, and it's Punk's got the title. MJF wins it off of Punk. That place,
that would
wherever
be
it's at, would
that'd be good.
That would, if they do
good.
it, they're gonna do it in Chicago.
Yeah, that'd be yes.
They'll do it in Chicago.
It either be in Chicago or you do it over where in Long Beach, where not Long Beach,
Long Island.
Long Island.
Most likely,
Chicago.
Most likely, yeah, it's gonna be Chicago. If they pull
Either
that, if they
that
pull the trigger,
or
on that, it's gonna be
Jacksonville.
Chicago.
Ooh, I like the idea of Jacksonville.
Yeah,
I like the idea of Jacksonville.
They've
That's
said like their market,
That's good.
like number 1 is Jacksonville. That's the number 1 market they care about because of everything they did for them during the pandemic. 2 is Chicago, and then I could see them wanting a 3 to be a New York area, and they're not going to pick something like New York.
No.
Vince is running that.
Long Island would be a good pick.
Vegas
would be a good one too.
That'd be good too. That'd be a good one too.
They need to start doing some more West Coast. They don't do a lot. They haven't done a lot on the West Coast yet.
If they come out to LA, I don't know.
They'll probably come out to LA this year. I think LA is going to happen this year. If it hadn't been for the pandemic and them losing a year, they'd have probably already been. But with the whole year lost of traveling, they're making up a lot of places they should have already been. And then trying to hit places that they need to hit again. Like they're coming back to Austin for the 3rd time in March. It might be the first one I don't get to go to. Damn
it. let me switch back over to the E for a minute. What do you guys think of Brock Lesnar?
I'm liking it. I don't watch it, but from what I've seen, am liking this run of Lesnar. I've heard he's been doing more talking. He's kind of just being
having fun.
Yeah.
And he's being himself from what I hear. Like he's being what Lesnar is outside of the ring, just a cowboy, and just talking shit. It's what I liked about, I know not everybody agrees with me, but I love the American Badass Taker. Like that was my introduction to Taker because that's when I started watching. And so I love that Taker. And it was just who he was. He was just this biker, talk shit, wasn't free to anybody. And like I love that kind of thing. And then so Lesnar is this, to me, makes total sense. And from what I hear, him and Lashley are putting together a hell of a story and like doing some good work together to build this match. So I'm
Yeah,
excited.
they are.
That's actually a match I'm excited for, which is rare when it comes to WWE. Like,
I watched snippets of it on Monday. They're setting it for Brock and Bobby Lashley. They are actually slow burning it.
And
They
give
did. They were
Lashley
give him his credit.
too. Yeah, he's really doing it in
no,
that ring.
I heard the first promo they did together was amazing, and like you didn't have Heyman and you didn't have
MVP.
MVP, and they did it together. And then I did rewatch Rumble. The match they put together was a good match, and I hate the all the bullshit the WWE pulls in a bunch of their matches, but the way they pulled that off with Roman screwing, or actually Paul, he screwed Roman to screw Lesnar. Like, oh my god, that was the most amazing double switch I've ever
that,
seen.
by the way.
And like,
called that, by the way.
Horseman style.
Yeah, that was a horseman move right there.
Yep.
Like, throw up the floor when you do that, son.
That's horseman style.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm loving this story. I'm almost positive Lesnar's winning it in the Elimination Chamber, because what I hear is they want a title versus title for Mania.
Okay,
they're going to rejoin the titles.
Yeah, but this is the thing. If they do that, if they merge the titles and put them back together like they did the first time, what belt they're going to use?
They're going to come up with a new one. They'll come up with a new one. I guarantee you.
Right. Yeah,
that's what WWE does. And then they'll sell replicas.
I don't know about y'all. I don't know. Y'all interested in seeing Lesnar reigns?
For title?
Does that make y'all go like?
No, not really.
Because it's not the same.
The novelty of it,
right? But it's not the same Lesnar from back in the day.
No. If you were giving me even if you were giving me 15 Lesnar when he came back against Cena, I'd be more excited. No, what I would really like to see was 08.
Oh, yes, sir.
Fucking Here Comes the Pain. Next big
thing. Yes, sir.
That would have been lovely.
Facts.
Like, give me that Lesnar versus
Reigns. That would be awesome.
Even on the Reigns side, give me Reigns, because he's starting to wear down too. You can see it. Like his style has changed. It's not as
explosive.
Thank you. As it used to be. He's more.
Well, you got to remember he's been sick. You got to remember.
That's
he's definitely. He had COVID. He's got leukemia. Like his style is going to change.
Right.
Like.
Right.
But on that same note, because of that, he's not the same like he used to be. Don't get me wrong. I've liked the head of the table thing. I do think it's time for it to come to an end.
It's time, man.
Personally, yeah. I think it's time for that to break.
On the head of
but with his cousin down in NXT, his baby cousin down in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And the dream match is him against Rock.
Yeah, you're not getting that this year.
No, you probably won't get it until next year, if that.
Yeah.
Maybe SummerSlam, maybe. But the thing is The Rock is a busy fucking man. Like,
yeah, he is.
I'm sorry,
but he's already said he said if the money's, he said in the interview, if the money's right, he'll do it.
Yeah, and like they give him the money. They have the money to give him the money.
Oh yeah, but you have to fire 200 people.
Like he's about to relaunch the XFL. Like. He's doing, it seems like 3 or 4 movies at a time. He's got Terramana Tequila. He announced right before the end of the year that he's getting into another venture this year that he's never done before. I still think, I've heard rumor that he might be one of the people interested in buying the E. So.
Oh, yeah, I heard that too.
Don't forget Zoa.
I heard that too.
Don't forget Zoa.
Like, he's, and then he's part, like, he the Under Armour, like he's part owner in or whatever. He's highly involved in his own Under Armour shit. And then the also, I saw one. His $7 Pictures. Like he's
yeah, he's doing movies.
Yeah.
Did you see him Sunday?
Yeah. Yeah.
That surprised me because I'm like, what?
I knew he
What?
was
The Rock?
doing it.
What?
That's what I'm like. What?
Our boy over at Pinball 7 said, like, he's been retired from wrestling for almost 10 years at this point, and he still gives better promos than anybody
Yep.
in the
Yep.
freaking
Seven
game.
did say that.
Like,
Seven did say that.
he had me
He did
so
say that.
freaking pumped.
The eyebrow when they faded in with the eyebrow, he did his eyebrow on national TV.
It made
The old school. I thought he was going to go into an old school Rock promo when he did that. I'm like, oh shit.
Now, let me ask you a question.
And then the fact that he gave me the finally.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I popped for that. I popped for that. I popped for it. When he did that, I popped for it.
We got 10 minutes left, and I brought this up on Facebook the other day, and this might be more for Big Tone than some Josh, but then again, Josh might know. I asked about Lex Luger from WCW. Is he Hall of Fame worthy?
No.
See, my thing is this. Question. My thing is this. If you keep the goalpost where it is, if you look at his wrestling career, second WCW Triple Crown champion, held almost every major belt, fought for almost every major belt in WWF while he was there. Didn't win any, but he fought for him. If you look at his wrestling career, I said he would be. But when you look at the personal stuff, that's what a lot of people hold him at. Mm-hmm.
Okay, answer this question now.
Overdoes, and then also if he were to go in, because most of his accolades are WCW related, Vince would only give him a mid card spot. He'd be a middle runner.
This is the question. This is the question. Which one did you want to use? Are you talking about the 86 through 90, through 91 Lex Luger, or the one after?
I would say 86.
Now, if you're talking about 86 to 91, definitely, no question.
86 to 91, because 91 from on, he wasn't what he was.
I only know after 91.
But from 86 to 91, that man did.
Lex was the shit.
He did work.
Yeah, he worked. He worked with Flair. He was a horseman. He did his thing.
He did his thing. And beat Hogan when he was at his highest with the NWO.
Twice.
Yep.
If you look at his WCW stuff, maybe that gets him in. But personally, I think his life and everything that's happened after is gonna hold. It's a Benoit type thing. Yeah. Like I would love if it's just wrestling, put Benoit in the Hall of Fame. No questions asked.
Right.
But because of his the past there, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what Benoit deserves it.
Yes.
I don't care what anybody says. Despite what he did, and
that's why
everybody has their opinion on it, he deserves to go. Now, if you want to do the same thing for Lex, for his accomplishments, like we were talking about, 86 through 91, he's in.
Big time in.
But put that personal stuff aside, it's all he deserves to be there.
Which they should be able to do, because one of the biggest garbage human beings in planet Earth is in the Hall of Fame, and that's the Ultimate Warrior. So, and then right behind him is another
facts.
Right behind him is another garbage human being in Hulk Hogan. So
facts.
Yep. So if you got those two in,
I love him, but I'm sorry. I feel like I'd feel the same way if Macho Man hadn't died as young as he did. Because I bet he was a garbage human being too, but you never saw him out of character, so you don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I agree. I agree.
There's not a lot said about the man behind, like, other than he was very protective of Elizabeth. Like, that's really all that's said. Like you don't really know his views on shit and what he thought about stuff. And it was a lot like Taker. We're just finding that stuff out now.
Oh yeah. I just feel the man should be in, because if you go back and look at his accomplishments with his tag team with Sting, and I remember back in the day, his horseman run, and I remember one of the things that we got, I think it was me and Tony C on the old show, The Rant. got into it about who was better, Lex and Sting or the British Bulldogs.
Yeah, it was. I remember that. I was on the call for that one. I was on the call for that
I
one.
think I would say Lex and Sting.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no question about that.
Yeah, no question about that, man. No question about
There's
that.
no question about that.
Yeah. And then Lex did his thing with the Road Warrior for a minute. Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup champion with Sting, man.
Is 91 when he's like the drugs started bad? Is that when that happened?
That's when he started hitting the drugs really hard.
Yeah.
And you start and then you start seeing stuff go downhill.
You can tell you can tell when he got in the ring, he didn't have the body shape that he had. Put it like this: the Nitro days, you can tell he was fucked up.
Yeah.
You can tell. Speaking from a person who I started watching in 2002, and so I didn't see any of the Attitude Era really, or the Monday Night Wars, or any of that. So I went back because I'm obviously an addict now, obviously.
Wrestling addict.
Dude, it's a real thing. I don't care what people say. Like, you could be addicted to this shit.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. You're talking to one of the biggest Midnight Express fans on the earth.
Yep.
You're talking to one right now. I've seen everything that has to do with Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express. I love that.
Shout out to beautiful Bobby. Rest in peace,
bruh. Yes, sir. Rest in
peace, my friend.
I went back and watched it, and Lex just, even in the premiere episode when they're in the mall and
he walks out
the first time, he looks fucked up.
Yeah,
he did.
All in his face, he don't look right.
You can tell.
Yep.
You can just by looking at him when he's standing there, you can tell.
Yep. And one thing about Lex, when he was from that 86 to that 91 run, go back. It's like he was a lot crisper in the ring. He was more professional in the ring. When he came back in 01 and got in the ring, stuff that he could do back in his heyday through 86 to 91, he couldn't do anymore. For example, picking up the Big Show and slam him. He can't even pick up the Big Show anymore. Not saying that's a small feat, but he couldn't even do it anymore.
And honestly, I don't know if Lex would agree to go in the Hall of Fame. He's not the same. He doesn't look anywhere near the same. It would almost be better to induct him posthumously.
Right.
No, there's been talk. He's actually said it. If Vince did decide to give him the invitation, he would take it.
Okay, so I'm wrong there. And that also might be because he wants to display what he's become now. He's now a pastor and
just like Nikita.
Same thing with Tully.
Yeah,
Yep, same thing with Tully Blanchard.
Is Tully a pastor?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Oh my God, that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense when you see that man. Like, he screams old Southern pastor.
Yes, he is.
Oh man, I miss those days.
You gotta see Nikita. Nikita's the same way now.
I miss those days, fellas. I miss those days of wrestling past.
Bruh, you gotta go back. I've been going back watching from 85 on. I sit and pop up on YouTube from time to time. I'm driving in the truck. I put that bad boy on. I'm in heaven.
Go from there. Heck yeah. All right, we got about a minute and a half left. Anybody want to get anything out there before we close up shop for the night?
Oh,
Santana Garrett's still garbage.
Still trash. Still trash. I remember one time on my old Instagram account, I actually messaged her and told her that she was trash. And you know what she told me? She didn't even get mad at me. She said, well, everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's why you trash. You can't even defend yourself.
Check it. What about you see where Mia Yim and Keith Lee got married about last week?
I saw that.
Yes.
I saw that.
And Keith Lee, and when he debuted on AEW, they're gonna do him right.
Yeah, I think
they need to do him right.
I'm excited. Like, people, I get okay. We got 45 seconds left. I'm gonna do a quick little rant here.
Go ahead, man.
Stop being fucking toxic, wrestling community.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy it. Like, why do we have to tear everything down?
Oh,
why
man.
do we have to? Like, I was just excited for debuts. And don't get me wrong, I was more excited for Switchblade Jay White.
Right.
We there. I wanted to see.
Right here, bro.
Nate, man, we about to roll out, dude. Everybody, this is my buddy Nate the Great. Nate, man.
But yeah, Switchblade coming was more exciting for me.
Right.
But on that same note, like, they're going to do Keith Lee right. I believe he's going on to win the Revolution ladder match and probably face for the title.
Real quick,
I don't think he'll win it. But
I give him double or nothing before they put the title on Keith Lee.
Yeah,
double or nothing. He's going to get it.
Real quick, let me head over to Nate real fast. Nate, what are your thoughts tonight for pro wrestling?
I just wanted to address one thing, and I'll probably covered it already. And actually, this was more on Cody Rhodes' release. Cody Rhodes is released.
We talked about it.
I did not expect that to come, to be honest with you.
we had a whole talk on if it's a work or if it's real, or if he's
Yeah.
going to go to E for just a few months and then come back.
Do you think he might be going back to WWE?
No,
For a minute, we were just talking about it. He go back for SummerSlam or something, just
Yeah.
for a quick one, then go back to AEW and reclaim, try to get the title back that he said he would never go for in the first place.
He did
which
say
was
that.
stupid.
He
Which
did
was
say that.
stupid.
Right.
But he
true.
goes, he
That
does
is
go back to the
stupid.
E and come back, he'd be good.
and we were talking about how that's old school, like his daddy would do something like that, and it hasn't been
Dusty.
done since.
That's got Dusty written all over it.
Oh yeah. All over it. All
So-
over it.
And that would be a way for AEW to pull in that casual fan. Like,
Yep.
because with Cody's mainstream appeal at this point, like they could work this the right way and they could hit some crazy numbers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
No
Oh,
question.
yeah. All right, guys. Let's go around the room. Make sure everybody has anything out there. Nate, what you got? You want to get out in the ether, my friend?
Well, it's been a good couple of minutes that I've been on. Yeah, it was okay week for wrestling. Very disappointed at the Royal Rumble, but I've already talked about that in the previous episode.
Yeah,
Now I'm kind of
Garbage.
nervous to
trash.
see how
Trash.
I'm kind of nervous to see how Elimination Chamber, which I think that's the next pay-per-view coming this Sunday or next Sunday.
No, Saturday.
Saturday. Okay.
This Saturday.
I'm nervous to see how that's gonna go.
I am too. Oh man, I'm kind of nervous about Elimination Chamber myself. Snow Cone, you got anything else you want to get out there, my friend? Roll out.
Check me and Will out on Pinfall Streams. We got our new show, Nights of Wrestling, premiering very, very soon, hopefully. Which is going to be two fans really just talking about whatever we want to talk about. And then doing some cool interviews and things like that. So make sure you check that out. And that's all I got.
Pretty much. Big Tone, my brother. Got anything else you want to get out there before we roll out for the night?
Well, bruh, it's been a minute. As long as we put the Midnight Express back together again one more time, we gotta do this more often. We really
Don't
do.
worry. At one point, I'm gonna get Tony C and the rest of the fellas to come through. Best believe it's gonna happen.
Hey, anytime you need me here, brother, all you gotta do is hit me up and I'll be here. You know that.
Thank you, man. I want to say thank you to Ray for having me guest host tonight. I do appreciate you, my brother. And for Nate, Snow Cone, and Big Tone, we'll see you guys again next week right here on the ASAP Wrestling Hour. Everybody have a great week and take care.
Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. We talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports all plays.